Some players are born, but most players are made. They start off in the game like any other square. A square can become a player if they have an older homie who cares to teach them the rules of the game and show them how to play. But most players are not so lucky. They gotta get their hearts broken and learn how to play the game. I'll tell you a story of a boy and girl who both grew up to be players. It's a story that takes place in Huntington Park, southeast LA, in the city of angels. But it repeats itself over and over in every city across the globe. Once upon a time, the city of angels, a nice little square boy falls in love with a pretty little square girl. For him, she is the most beautiful girl in the world. And one day he has enough courage to ask her to be his girlfriend. And she says yes, yes, yes. He feels like the luckiest guy in the world. But the little girl is really very pretty. Perhaps a little too pretty for this little square boy. She doesn't mean to, but she draws a lot of attention from every player on the block. And she comes under the radar of a big bad player. And she makes eye contact, and it's over from there. He haunts her dreams. His words are like magic spells that make her laugh inside. He makes her feel special, gets into her head so good all she can think about is him. And one day he kisses her. It's a real kiss, a scary sort of wet kiss. And it frightens her and excites her, and it moves and burns inside her. She is sprung, hella sprung. But what about what's his name? That nice little square boy who loves her. He is clueless in love. He doesn't see it coming. And before he knows it, that nice little square boy has been peeled for his girl. He feels like his world is over. And the square girl is really very sorry. But her heart and mind and body and soul now belong to someone else. He cries and begs her not to leave him, but seeing him cry only makes her love him less. Once upon a time, a square girl leaves a square boy for a big bad player. But she doesn't live happily ever after. Not at all. You see, square girls don't know the game. And after she gives them what you're not supposed to give away, he leaves her hanging. He stops acting sweet and nice like sugar and spice. Now he's just mean. Now she always feels like she can't do anything right. All she wants is love, but she soon realizes she's not as special as she thought. She is just one more on the team. She feels like her world is over. She cries and begs him to love her, but he doesn't have time for her drama. And the square girl cries and cries and cries until her tears run dry. And she becomes a little bit colder and smarter and harder and meaner. And she tries to love again, but rather than giving a nice square boy a chance, all she's attracted to now are players. And eventually, she doesn't get her feelings involved and becomes a full-blown player. But what happens to what's his name? The nice square boy who loved her once upon a time. He also tries to love again, but he never trusts again. And he never forgets how bad he was hurt. But he doesn't let his pain make him salty. He wants to be a player one day, and he uses his pain to become stronger. He doesn't plan to be a sucker ever again, but unfortunately, he hurts many girls along the way while he's pretending to be a player. But eventually, this square boy will become detached from his emotions. He will become colder and smarter and harder, a full-blown player. And on some future day, while walking on these unforgiving streets of Los Angeles, two players may cross paths and lock eyes. And for a brief moment, they may catch a glimpse of the square little children they once were.